All right, you guys, welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ryan Phipps, and it is my current mission to mentor success-driven young adults to a successful future by using fitness as the gateway. So what I want to talk about here today specifically is how to become 2.0. And in order to really illustrate this, I'm going to actually introduce you to my 1.0 self. So guys, I remember feeling like I was wasting the chance I was given by my parents to make something of myself. Years ago, I remember feeling like this because I was excessively drinking and I was really just living for the weekend. I consider myself back then, I was a master at wasting time, and that feeling of guilt that I got really let me know that. So, for me personally, my journey to becoming 2.0 all started when I decided to make a change when I was working a 9 to 5 personal training job. I was doing online college at the same time, and really one of the biggest things for me, working full time made me realize exactly what my life would be like in another 20 years if I didn't start to treat myself like I was someone I cared about. So, guys, again, working that personal training job really made me start to take care of myself, partially so I could look the part, but also I really wanted to learn how to help others because I knew how important health was and what life looked like without good health. Guys, growing up, a member of my family, my mom, experienced severe health issues, and that taught me early on just the importance of health. So when I got this personal training job, I really felt like it kind of filled this bucket that I had, this metaphorical bucket of meaning, because I was able to help other people avoid that situation. So that's a little bit about my journey to becoming 2.0 me, but now I want you to get to know 2.0 me. So after serving over 2,000 people at that personal training job, I decided to start my own coaching business. So now I work with success-driven young adults looking to use fitness as the gateway to a successful future. And guys, I love my daily routine now. Get up at 4 a.m., I go to the gym, I work, I sleep, I repeat. I eat a lot too. And again, it sounds simple, but guys, it took me years to go from someone who was living for the weekend, I wouldn't even cook myself breakfast, to the leader that I am now. And really, what I'm interested here in today again is showing you guys how to become your 2.0 selves. So, what I really want to talk about now is, what does it mean to become 2.0? And in order to really illustrate this, I want to actually share some success stories from some of the athletes that I've gotten to work with. So, guys, these success stories here are role model definitions of what it means to become 2.0. These stories are going to do more than words alone, pictures alone ever could do, because becoming 2.0 is something different to everybody. So let's dive into it. So, guys, I want you to meet Sam. When he joined the program, he was unhappy with his habits. He was working out consistently, but he wasn't seeing results. He said he didn't really feel like he looked like he was working out consistently. He was hungry for more knowledge, and he really wanted to make a sustainable transformation. Sam said that he'd been leaner before, but he wasn't able to make it sustainable. He wasn't able to keep the progress that he had. And after going through the program, Sam was left with healthy, success promoting habits. His physical presence reflected his effort and dedication to seeing results. He learned things that he said that he will use for the rest of his life in the program. So, guys, this was Sam's journey to becoming 2.0. Next, let's move on to Erin. So, when Erin first joined the program, she had a poor relationship with food. She was afraid of unhealthy weight gain. She wanted to work out and actually stick with it for the first time in her life. And after going through the program, she has a healthy relationship with food. She is currently welcoming lean muscle gain. She is very consistent and she is enjoying the process of making progress. This is how Erin became 2.0. And meet Andrew. So, guys, when Andrew first joined the program, he felt like work was his only hobby. He felt like he wasn't spending his free time productively, and he wanted to gain lean strength and gain lean muscle. So, guys, Andrew wanted to gain strength, he wanted to gain muscle. After going through the program, Andrew is a consistent gym goer. His habits promote his success, and he is in control of his time now. Andrew also managed to gain 15 lean pounds, and he actually added 150 pounds to his bench press in under 3 months. That is how Andrew became 2.0. And guys, meet Matt. So when Matt first joined the program, he felt like he was missing out on self improvement. He was looking to make a change, and he really didn't want to look back on this time that he was in and regret not making that change, not diving into personal development. And he was feeling like he wouldn't be the best professional he could be at that moment in time. So Matt really spent that summer working with us, immersed in self improvement. And as a result, he ended up reaping the benefits of going all in on himself, not just physically. He became a high performer at his summer internship. That's why he joined the program. He wanted to become a presence, he wanted to be a high performer. And this is exactly how Matt became 2.0. So, guys, That's exactly how becoming 2.0 is a little bit more of a story as opposed to just a definition. Everybody has different challenges, but what I want to talk about now is exactly how to become 2.0. So often, we see these before and afters, but we don't talk much about the steps in between. So guys, now what I want to show you is exactly how to become 2.0. So the first step in the process is actually going to be a consultation. So really what I aim to do here specifically is destroy these generic phrases and stuff like we hear. So a very common one here is, you know, eat less and move more if you want to lose weight, or eat more and train hard if you want to build muscle. That's just a horrible, horrible piece of advice. It's a horrible mentality to go into our fitness advice or our fitness journeys with. And the main reason here is just, again, training and nutrition is never going to be a one size fits all model. And the example that I want to give for this, guys, is let's imagine two realities. I'm going to use myself as an example. So, what in one of these realities, I'm working construction and I'm on my feet all day. In the second reality, I'm working a desk job and I'm sitting all day. So, in both of these realities, I weigh the exact same, I'm eating the exact same, I'm the exact same age, I'm the same height. But the difference in daily movement from my job means that each version of me, each person, should get a different training and nutrition approach to actually see results. So, guys, a thorough consultation is actually the first step in becoming 2.0. And guys, I'm a big fan of custom programs. There are absolutely no cookie cutter programs around here. Really, what we do is identify stressors to eliminate them. So, guys, a question that I want to ask you at this point is, would you ever just go dump oil somewhere randomly in your car without knowing how much it needs or where to put it just because you know your car needs it? Probably not, right? So, we should look at our bodies and nutrition the same exact way as that, right? Are you really just going to eat less without knowing how much less or even less of what? And guys, this is exactly why most of us fall off of our diets. Eating less is not eating nothing. Eating less is not starving ourselves. So, after the thorough consultation, the point of that is actually to get to this point where you receive your custom approach. So, step two in the process, step two in becoming 2.0 is a custom approach. So, the program review that we go over. So again, you get your custom training and custom nutrition plan, but we are going to go over it together. I never want anybody to feel like you're just following a list of stuff to do. Although that will yield results, although if you do eat the food, you do the training, you will see results. But guys, it's not enjoyable. Such a big part of training, such a big part of becoming 2.0 is you have to fall in love with the process of making progress. So I want to explain these things to you. And, again, you are not going to feel like you're just following a list of stuff to do. Really, what we're doing here is we are building sustainable, lifelong habits. So you make the results and you actually keep them too. So, so often, so many of us, and I remember back to my experience being a personal trainer, talking to people, over 2,000 different people, at various points in our lives, we go through very successful time spells where maybe, we're losing weight, gaining muscle, whatever our goal might be, but it's just not sustainable. How long can you eat nothing for? How long can you get to the gym for consistently because you're still not really sure what you're doing? The point here is to make it sustainable so you keep your results. So guys, if you want to see visible results, custom programs are the only way to go. That's why, going back to that example again, we can look up full day of eatings from influencers we like. We can look up TikTok workouts and that type of stuff, but it's not going to work for you because it's not designed for you. And it will work for someone else because most likely it is being designed for them, their bodies, their situation, their starting point, their experience, etc. So the next step in this process actually is going to be establishing your non-negotiable why. So we will do some mindset work to establish your motivations and your non-negotiable why. And guys, at this point, this is really where you start to feel 2.0. At this point, you're going to start to feel 2.0, and this is because you're being true to yourself. And really what we start to do here is, now that we're clear on the plan, we actually are going to start welcoming growth through facing challenges. So guys, I want to go over the power of your non-negotiable why here. So again, the best way for me to actually demonstrate this is just to tell you, what my non-negotiable why was. I started my fitness journey because I had no physical presence. And as a result, I couldn't verbally stand up for myself. I felt extreme guilt because I knew the real value of health and I was neglecting that. Like I said earlier, my mom was sick. I knew exactly what life could look like if I didn't take care of myself. And I was doing that. I was still doing that. So it made me feel guilty. And, after going through the process, I realized that it wasn't just about getting into better shape. I knew what my life would become if I didn't start taking myself seriously. And that was my non-negotiable why. I felt like I knew better, so I had to do better. That was my non-negotiable why. I knew exactly what a life without real good quality health would look like for myself, and I didn't want that. I didn't want to be ignorant to that. And that was my non-negotiable why. That's what drove me to the gym. That's what made me eat the food. That's my biggest reason. It wasn't just about getting leaner, putting on some muscle, although obviously that kind of is the fruit of the labor at that point. But it wasn't just about that. If that's your main reason for doing this, it's never going to get you up early in the morning to get to the gym or late at night after work. We really need a strong why motivating us, pushing us forward, in order to really make that successful 2.0 transformation. So step two in the process of becoming 2.0, in conclusion, just to kind of summarize and go over this again, in this step, really what we're going to do is we're going to give you that custom training and nutrition approach, give you that custom training and nutrition program that you need to see visible results. Real emphasis on that visible results there, because again, the worst thing in the world is getting motivated. You want to see the change, but maybe you just don't have the plan to execute. And through going over it together, I will educate you on not just how to do these things, but why. Why are you eating this much protein? What is that doing for you? X amount of months down the road, how is this going to benefit you in making this sustainable? I want you guys to really feel confident in your approach to the program, because guys, again, seeing visible results as a result of your hard work, there's just no better feeling in that. And again, we will get crystal clear on your non-negotiable why at this step, because we will guarantee success that way. So next, we're going to start phase one. And guys, this is where all the magic happens. So phase one, again, where the magic happens, this is my favorite part of the process. So guys, in phase one, we're going to start by hacking your metabolism for peak performance. And what I mean by this specifically is a lot of the time, we hear so much about calories, 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 calories. And there is a lot of truth to that. But again, going back to earlier examples, if we just get so hyper focused on calories, 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 starving ourselves, just trying to fit anything in there, so to speak, or cutting everything out, if our main goal is fat loss, then, we're going to just see the scale fluctuate. The scale is just going to move, but we're not really going to look any different. And guys, I can absolutely guarantee 100% of my athletes are amazed by how much food they get to eat in this phase while still seeing results. So guys, again, one of the biggest reasons we fall off track is because we take advice like eat less. We hear that, that's such a common thing for fat loss, and we think that means cut out everything you enjoy and see how long you can last eating 1,200 calories a day. We associate eat less with eat nothing, and that's just not true. It's not sustainable for so many reasons. And in phase one, it's really just such a great thing, because we get to experience what it's like, most likely for the first time, to see results while being properly fueled, while eating foods that we actually enjoy eating. So guys, this is why I love coaching. In this phase, as we start to see these results, habits change, self-confidence improves, we're blasting fat, we're building lean muscle. And the best part about this is we're able to do this in a way that we thought was impossible at first. So guys, this process does become addicting at this point, because again, you are creating positive feedback loops. It starts with training. We get to the gym more, we start feeling better, we start feeling our bodies. Mentally, that helps us out so much. So we're improving our mindset too. And just after that, general life experiences really do improve, because you're seeing results. That might be your clothes are fitting better, so you're walking a little bit taller, and you finally just feel like you can stick up for yourself. Guys, the positive feedback loops that we experience at this point in the process, they're just endless. It definitely is not just in the gym. It spills out into other areas of life as well. So with creating positive feedback loops, we're actually going to be able to break negative feedback loops as well. So guys, imagine seeing results on your fitness journey for the first time, and not craving your favorite foods, because you get to eat them while still seeing results. That is a limiting belief that a lot of us have. It's impossible to do that. I have to cut out everything that I like if I want to see progress. But guys, it doesn't work like that. So again, we're going to break limiting beliefs and stop relying on motivation here. We're going to break that cycle of getting super motivated to go to the gym. We stick with it for maybe a week, maybe, 2 weeks if we're really lucky. And then we quit because, we can't eat any less than nothing, or, maybe going to the gym 7 days a week at first just wasn't ideal for our schedules, but we're so convinced it has to be all or nothing. And guys, we're going to break so many limiting beliefs here. Carbs are not bad. Carbs are my best friend, and I guarantee they can be yours too. And you can still absolutely see results. So after phase one, it does vary from person to person. We will continue to change your training and nutrition as your body adapts. Emphasis on adapts, guys. That is one of the biggest things that you will learn in the program is your body adapts. Again, let's say that we're on a fat loss journey, and maybe some of you guys have experienced this before or heard about this before. I know this was super common, hearing and getting to talk to, thousands of different people in personal training. But again, let's say that, you're starting your fat loss journey, and, you start eating less, and it's working, it's great, it's working. And then just one week it stops, and you're like, what's going on? I'm going to the gym, I'm eating relatively well, I'm eating less food. Like, why did this stop? Why did my progress stall? Guys, our body adapts. Just that simple fact there means there's always going to need to be a little bit of tweaking, reacting to things on the fly, whether that's changing your training, changing your nutrition, to make sure that we keep making progress. And, knowing how to read that and read what's going on is very important at this point in the process. And we're just going to keep changing it. I actually welcome challenges at that point, because it just means, we hit an adaptation, and it's time to make a change. So guys, we're going to keep building a success promoting routine outside of the gym too. That is a very big thing that you will naturally build in this. I'm a big fan of making our challenges better. Let's say that the first level challenge is kind of, okay, I don't know what to eat. Well, boom, you know what to eat at this point. Next thing, I need to cook it. Okay, now I need to make time to cook it. Now I have time to cook it. I just need to make sure I go to the grocery store. We're making our challenges better. We're building a routine. We are becoming responsible young adults outside of the gym as well. And guys, we're just going to keep going until you're unrecognizable and you really do transform into your 2.0 self. So guys, at this point, your habits, your routine, your physique, your mindset, and your perspective on life will be unrecognizable to yourself and other people. I actually had a check-in recently with an athlete in the program, and they said, if you asked me to bring a water bottle and a bag of chips to work, I wouldn't have brought either. And they were saying this about, themselves before joining the program. And, a little while later, he was saying it's an honor to be a part of this. And he's seen a lot of changes, and he's, forming habits, and he's more than happy with what he's been able to do so far. He really took to the program, took to the steps, followed the steps, and just, started to absolutely see results. And it's just an amazing thing to hear, because, guys, it absolutely is possible to do this without a lot of the, kind of negative connotation that we have around fitness. You don't need to starve yourself. You don't need to eliminate your favorite foods. You don't need to be in the gym 7 days a week. We're really going to make this sustainable for you, your, starting point, your routine, etc. So, guys, I do realize that everyone has a unique story. We all need to face challenges. So many of us feel misunderstood because we're being driven by something internal. We feel misunderstood because most likely, if you're being driven to take action, it's because that internal voice inside of you is driving you to do so. And when you express that a lot of the time, our environments or people in our lives might not be extremely understanding of that. And again, generally, this is because it kind of makes them feel jealous. When you start to work on yourself, I don't know if you've ever experienced that before. People you expect to support you might not do that. But guys, on our journey to becoming 2.0, we will have faced the things that we know are keeping us 1.0. You will have built a life full of 2.0 people. How much easier would it be to make progress if you were surrounded by people who were driven by it? Guys, we have a community. I'll connect you with all the wonderful people inside the community. It's 10 times easier to make progress when you're surrounded by people doing it themselves. And guys, you're guaranteed in the process of transitioning from 1.0 to 2.0 to fall in love with the process of making progress until you become unrecognizable. So guys, I want to invite you to write your success story with me. If you're a success-driven young adult who's ready to become unrecognizable, I want to ask you to complete step 1 in becoming your 2.0 self. A link in the description down below, actually, where you can take the first step in becoming your 2.0 self. This is for you if you're motivated by the thought of becoming your best self for your loved ones. And guys, I really can't emphasize enough that this is more than just getting into better shape. This is becoming the person you're meant to be. So guys, what I want to say here is I want to thank you so much for your time and attention so far. It means the world to me to get to share my passion with you guys and really invite you guys to write your success stories again. So guys, if you're serious about this, click the link down below if you're the type of person that can't imagine accepting average.